Hello, Hetty.
Hi.
So, oh, and by the way, that's the thing to look at if you need to. So this is Hetty from Hetty Verney Accounting, and she's much more than an accountant. Was that your strapline?
Yes. Well, I call myself not your average accountant.
Oh, not your average. Yes.
Yeah. Because I offer a bit more than I think a lot of accountants do. I don't just do the number crunching. I do a bit more. I don't like to call it business coaching because it's not really, but it's looking at people's processes and systems to see how they're working and whether they're working in the right way. Yeah, I like to really get to know my clients and find out actually what their vision is for their business.
So they can ask you business advice as well as just about the money side of things.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah, I love looking up the processes and seeing what they're doing and whether they're doing it in the right way or whether they're doing something which is actually going to take, it seems to be taking them a lot longer than it needs to. Is there a way that we can shorten that time?
So even a very small business who's just starting out or who is trying to do their own accounts thinking that will save them money, you could actually probably save them more money if they...
Probably, yes, almost definitely, because it's one of the most important things, especially when you're starting out in business, is to get your foundations absolutely solid, so that you are in a position to be able to grow.
Yeah.
If your foundations are a bit wobbly, then what's going to happen when you grow? It's likely to all fall apart, and you don't want to do that. So you need to know everything is done properly, whether it's complying with HMRC Companies House, whether it's making sure your systems and processes are correct, whether you've got your cash flow forecast, things like that. Awful lot of businesses don't have cash flow forecasts.
No, and also that might not be the thing that they really enjoy to do about their business. You know,
an awful lot of people don't.
And you do love doing that, so they can hand that over to you. You do that part, and they get on with the thing that they're good at.
Exactly, but that's the whole point of a small business, is that you've got to know where to ask for help.
Yes.
And sometimes a lot of people, well, when they're starting out in business, think that they can just do it all. They can't.
They just can't.
And actually, no, sometimes you do actually just need a bit of help. And if you can have somebody who can take away doing that boring stuff, keeping up with the compliance and things like that, then it can save an enormous amount of time.
Well, I think in general, people find things like tax returns and things are like a massive dark cloud that sort of hangs over you. Unless you do it straight away, you keep putting it off because it's just not fun, and so you you do everything else except for that. And if you could just hand it, if they could just give it to you and it's taken care of, it's actually good uplifting wise for them.
Well, one, it's uplifting wise for them, but also, I mean, what I try to do with the majority of my clients, especially the small sole traders, especially, is as soon as we get to their end of year, I get all of their paperwork, whether it's on cloud accounting or the actual papers that we need, and we get the tax return done, usually 2 to 3 months straight after their end of year. So that by the time it comes around to January the following year, they've already had 7 or 8 months where they know exactly how much tax they're going to be paying, how much they've got to save up if they haven't already saved it up, and they've got that awful worry of having, my tax return, oh, it's January, I've got to do it.
It's just horrible. You even see people on social media saying, oh, I've got to do my tax return, and you can be smug if you've got an account because you think to yourself, well, mine's done. I don't have to do that. And why should we do that when that's not our forte?
No, exactly.
As a business, you don't want to be doing that.
No, and as a small business, you need to concentrate on what you're good at and what's making your money for your business, as opposed to, oh God, I've got to do the admin, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Don't do it.
No.
Pass it on to somebody who actually quite enjoys it.
I know you enjoy it.
But I do, I know.
I see your social media updates and your tips and things like that. And that's another thing they get if they're a client of yours. They also get that sort of support, and the tips that keep coming through.
Yeah, I mean, for instance, saving 20 to 25% of any of your income into a separate account, just a number 2 account, doesn't have to cost you anything, but at least it's there for your tax.
So can you advise them how to set up this other account?
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything like that. Any of the sort of the practicalities, more than happy to advise on. Any questions about tax and compliance or company's house or anything like that, more than happy to answer any questions on that.
And perhaps employing other people?
Yeah. I mean, I don't do any of the HR.
Okay, we have someone that does that. So
exactly. That's brilliant.
Sarah Robinson.
I do payroll for companies, yes, that's no problem. And I do set up all of their pension payments for auto-enrolment, but I don't set up auto-enrolment and I don't do the HR because I'm not qualified and actually don't want to be. I'd rather
that's why we pass people over to Sarah Wilkinson.
Exactly.
So it's great that we can all work together. We actually can support a business with everything that they need. We've got graphic design and things like that.
No, but that's what's so brilliant about it, is that as long as you are prepared to accept the fact that you can't actually do it all.
You just
you
can't.
do need somebody else.
Well, you'll burn yourself out, and then you'll have to
designer or whoever it happens to be.
You have to delegate some things, even, and otherwise you won't be able to go to work because you'll just be too stressed out, too tired.
Yeah.
And so just I think early on make the decision to use people's services, and then you're benefiting the businesses that you're using as well.
Absolutely.
And so everybody
wins.
Yeah.
So win-win situation. But yes, basically I think as long as you can admit that actually you can't do it all, I think that is absolutely key.
Yeah, you have to go to a competent accountant that can do it for you.
Yeah, and if you've got somebody who is actually prepared to spend time with you and sit down with you and see what your business is and how you work, and what your vision is for your business. Do you actually want it to grow into a multi-million pound business, or actually, no, I just wanted to be able to pay the mortgage? Or everybody's different.
So it's communication that's very important, because sometimes people may not have even considered where they're going.
No.
They just launch into it and think, this is what I want to do.
Idea.
Have an idea, get excited, and then think, I
didn't have to do that. I didn't know, what do I want? Yeah, exactly. And I
so
think
you're like a voice of, from an outsider point of view, you can look at their business. And
I don't just look at the finances. I look at the people who are involved in it.
You can guide them in the right direction.
How they work, because there's an awful lot of people who work obviously in very, very different ways. Some people are very, very meticulous about things, and I know that every single receipt will be there without fail. Some people are
more scattered.
Here's a shoebox, you sort it out for me. And what I try to do with the shoebox ones is actually teach them the quickest, easiest way for them to do it, so that it's not too scary. Some people don't want to use cloud accounting. That's absolutely fine. That's not a problem. You don't have to use cloud accounting. A lot of people do. I use Xero mostly, but a lot of people don't want to use it, and they're actually a bit scared of it. And so therefore I'll teach them a system to make sure that on a monthly basis they go through their bank statement, they reconcile. They say, reconcile my bank statement? Really? Do I have to do that? No, you don't have to. None of this you have to do. There are certain things, yes, with HMRC, etc., that you have to do. But no, you can do it however you want to.
So you're pretty patient as well. So
I think so.
People who are struggling with it, they know that you're going to guide them through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gently.
And when I take on a new client, I usually get a lot of emails from them to start off with, especially if we're moving over to a new accounting system.
Establishing things.
All my emails are answered within 24 hours, anyhow, usually within a couple of hours. But I would rather that my clients ask me the question than try and work it out themselves.
So they mustn't feel that they're bothering you.
Absolutely.
You want to hear from them. You'd rather. You'd rather
absolutely,
go through it.
because then we can get it sorted, and then they can do, okay, fine, that's what I need to do, that's okay, I can sort that out, that's not a problem, and it gives them a sense of achievement, and it means that they're, especially if they're using something like Xero, they're slightly more in charge of their business, but they know that they've always got someone who's got their back, and I think when you're running a business and you're not 100% sure about
there can be that slight panic.
Scared. So if they know that somebody's there and somebody's going to take the rap for any hassles or
it's reassuring.
Speak to HMRC on their behalf, which, as we know, can take hours to even just get hold of them. It's sort of I think it is.
So they need an accountant they can trust.
Yes,
and that will give them peace of mind.
Absolutely, one that they can trust, one that has their back. One of my strap lines is that I help small businesses learn to love their balance sheet. Because most people don't.
No.
In fact, most people actually probably don't even know what the balance sheet's for. But I will explain it in words of
you make it clear.
Normal layman's language. As opposed to horrible accountancy jargon which nobody understands.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm sure everybody wants to come and meet you now.
Hopefully.
Okay, thank you, Hetty. I'll put your link underneath so that people can contact you.
Brilliant.
Okay,
thank you.